Can't go many days without hearing about hacking and cybersecurity. And anymore, if you are online, then you are a sitting duck. Now is the perfect time for a digital checkup. Here to tell us how we can do just that is a representative of Facebook. We're talking to Victoria Grand this morning. Victoria, good morning.
Hi, Stephanie. Thanks so much for having me.
So happy to have you here. And speaking of social media, everybody is sharing everything these days. But Facebook does actually have a few tips for kind of helping keep those profiles secure, right?
That's right. You know, I hear from friends and family all the time who are worried about things like identity theft and hacking, and they want to know how to stay safe. And I've got some tips to share, but the first thing to know is that Facebook is working behind the scenes to keep you safe. We've got top security experts on staff. They're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on these powerful security systems. These systems run more than 1 million times a second in order to fend off attacks.
Wow, that's incredible. And are there any maybe quick ways, because I know there's so many different ways to kind of navigate Facebook these days, but are there any maybe settings that we may not be aware of that can also help us keep safe?
You're probably on Facebook, you visit Facebook all the time, or like I do several times a day, and it doesn't occur to you to check those settings, to go ahead and do that security checkup. But it's the biggest thing that you can do in order to stay safe, and it takes really just under 3 minutes to do the security checkup. There are 3 simple steps. The first is to create a unique Facebook password, and unique is really the most important thing to know here. It's so tempting to use the same password across the internet. Who has the time or the mental energy to manage all of those passwords? But actually using the same password does make you more susceptible to attacks. And even if you change just one letter or one number, that's not really good enough, because these hackers have pretty sophisticated systems that can pick up even those small changes. So it's really important to have a unique password. If you have trouble remembering passwords, there's an app for that. It's called the Password Manager, and you can just download these Password Manager apps in any app store. So that's tip number 1. The second tip is to go ahead and set up email notifications. So these are alerts that notify you if a new device or an unknown device is trying to access your Facebook account. It's kind of like a car alarm that goes off. And finally, verify logins. And I just did this, when I set up my security checkup. And what you do here is you go in and you find out that you're logged and on 2 browsers that you haven't been on in about a month, and you can just click on one button and log yourself right out of those.
I love those. Great advice. And if someone maybe as we close here, Victoria, wants to make one single change to just kind of maximize their security, what should it be?
You know, the gold standard for security is called 2-factor authentication, or login approvals. It's a bit of a mouthful. It's something that techies used to use, and now regular people are using it. The way that it works is you basically get a code that's sent to your phone anytime a new device tries to access that Facebook account. So you put in your regular password, you put in that code that's sent to your phone, and that means that you have a double layer of security protection. It's called 2-factor authentication, and you can learn more about it at facebook.com/security checkup.
I'm feeling safer than ever already, Victoria. Thank you. Also, head online to our website. We'll have everything Victoria spoke about right there at fox4morningblend.com. If you've ever had surgery or ever plan to have one, you know that there are certain risks that come along with it. Up next, a new tool in the medical industry that's helping doctors provide the best care and options for all of us. Those details coming up.